All right. So it's Justin,
What?
Spencer, me, and Ruby.
Who's a
Ruby wants to review.
Oh, okay. Ruby, go ahead and review it, because we're reviewing Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Avalanche Studios and WB Games, and you'll know immediately that's a WB Games game because it plays exactly like Batman
Oh.
and Shadow of Mordor.
And Shadow of Mordor.
It's the exact same game. I legit
And
think-
Mortal Kombat.
yeah, it plays like Mortal Kombat too. But it's
Someone fell asleep on the
so
keyboard.
Mad Max is based off of the movie. It's not a movie game, but it's based off of the whole movie that happened.
Well, all the movies, but
Right. I have never actually seen the newest Mad Max Fury Road. I heard
it's going
it's
back to IMAX.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I heard it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm such a lazy asshole. I don't go to movies.
Dude, how many times have you been telling me about Straight Outta Compton? I still haven't seen it. It's been a few weeks.
How am I the person who's like, dude, you guys are Straight Outta Compton?
Well, I mean, I've got
so-
other people, but you're the one. You're the one I see every week.
Yeah.
So you're. Like, did you see it yet? Like,
Well, because I want
to
to talk to you about it, because you probably know more about it than me, just because of
So tell us about Sad Max.
So Sad Max. This is a game. If you're not familiar with Mad Max and all the world and everything, this takes place in a post-apocalyptic
Australia.
Australia.
What?
Yeah. it's in
Australia.
No.
Post-apocalyptic world. in-
I'm not arguing the Australia part.
Oh, I'm like, yeah. Dude.
Oh, is it my accent?
Accent you?
So
Bless you?
He's
again,
fucking Japanese. Or something. Accept this.
Pointless Time
Don't
987 in the Twitch chat. Hey, what's up?
What's up, Pointless? So Mad Max takes place, like post-apocalyptic future.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's in a world where everybody's in cars and just separated in these little forts and everything like that.
It's like Fast and the Furious.
And I just want to say one thing before we get really into it.
What?
This takes place in a kind of a deserty landscape. A lot of sand dunes.
He's fucking it
A
up.
lot of sand dunes, a lot of hot weather. And to survive a world, a landscape where it's hot weather and sandy and duny all the time,
Yeah.
there's really only one way you can do it.
Water.
A tall drink from Quick Trip. You get yourself a nice 40-ounce, however many ounces beverage this is. Cost me $1.50. It's a slam dunk. So for all you road warriors out there,
Oh my
make sure you pick yourself up a nice drink from Quick Trip.
While you're driving on the Fury Road.
That's right.
There's a tie-in.
Quick Trip. One trip every time.
On your way to the Thunderdome.
It's the Thunderdome, bitch.
My God.
That is referenced in this game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Thunderdome?
it's in the.
And
It's
it's like-
actually one of the.
Yeah.
It's the one people don't like.
It's like the easiest.
You can drop
Is
that.
it really?
Yeah. So Mad Max.
Ruby,
Let's start
go.
talking about it.
Go.
Gameplay wise, what is it? It's basically Batman and Shadow of Mordor. It's the whole you're in a little world, you're in a little fight, and then you can press triangle to block, square to punch. You can roll, which is actually more useful than blocking.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
because it staggers people when you roll into them. so it's pretty much just if you play Batman or if you played any of those games, you kind of know what's going on. There's a huge world to explore and not a whole lot going on in it.
Yeah, another Dune.
And there's more than people said. When I was heard about the review of this game, they're like, "Oh, it's just completely empty," and then there's little things. Not really. There's stuff scattered there. Sometimes it's a little disappointing,
Yeah, like you can run across like survivors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can like give them water.
and you can run over them too, which is what I did predominantly.
I
throughout the
fucking
game.
knew it.
In fact, it kind of actually made me feel bad because they had a little piece like a water droplet,
Yeah.
and it means that they're thirsty.
Oh god.
But I took it as
Thirsty for a
I took it as, because I'm a classic gamer, I took it as if I killed them, I would get water. So I ran them all over. And of course,
Where's
I didn't
the
get
water?
Yeah, like clicking their body, like what? Hitting with a rock.
Ripping up their torso.
There's
I
no
don't
water.
see it.
I thought humans were like
Where's the loot? Yeah.
70% water or something. But so that's unfortunate. But you drive around, you go from place to place, and it kind of wants you to liberate a bunch of different zones.
Okay.
And so to do that, you have to destroy like obelisks or whatever they call them, scarecrows. I think they call them in that game.
Okay.
There's these big tall things, and you do that. You take out like you're doing these weird things where you chase cars, and you go for the main one.
chases?
Convoys, you mean?
Convoys, that's it.
Yeah.
And you kind of follow a path, and you have to kill one of them specifically.
Okay.
And then once you do that, you get their little headpiece.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of cool.
You get to customize the shit out of your car, don't you?
Yeah, it's all about your car.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there's two different sides of this. There's a car, and then there's a person, like fisticuffs.
Yeah.
And the car, I thought was kind of sloppy, to be honest. Just a little bit. The driving wasn't totally my thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but it took some getting used to for me.
I can imagine.
But
So,
what's it?
do you get to kill wildlife?
There really isn't wildlife in this game.
No, yeah. I was
Most of the animals are dead. There is a dog in
the.
the game.
It's your buddy, yeah.
Sort of. It hangs out in the buggy, which you'll get like 5 hours into the game or so.
Okay.
Probably wrong about that. Probably like 3 hours. But once you get the dog, it all it really does is help you find bombs. You're pretty much by yourself. With your creepy friend that drives around the car with you. So,
Oh yeah, you need a partner.
Yeah,
A spotter of sorts.
So what happens is you get this friend pretty much immediately in the game, and whenever you get out of the car, he fixes it. So you never actually really lose your car, like blowing up or anything like that, because it just gets to a point where if you're in it, you'll die, or you get out of it and he'll fix it.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean, making the whole game about you and your car, it makes sense to go that route.
yeah,
Because if it blows up, you're like, shit, I gotta run back to base. You
yeah,
know?
Mad Max, yeah, just running there.
Hoofing it.
But there is a quick travel in this game,
Really?
which is really handy, and I knew about it at like 8 hours into playing this game. I that's one complaint about this game's interface is it is difficult to really grasp how to properly play it, which is why for the first like 6 hours I did a whole bunch of side missions, not realizing that I could actually do one specific thing to progress the story. And if anybody knows me, they know I don't do side missions.
Nope.
Ain't my
He's a
thing.
speedrunner.
Yeah.
He ain't no side chick.
And so I went through this game like, I guess I'll just get their threat level to 0. And so I just worked towards that for an entire night. And then the next day I was like, oh, I was just supposed to buy a rotor.
You know you don't really like a game when you feel like it cheated you. And you're
Yeah.
like, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Mad Max.
Through the disc. I'm like, shit, I still need to play it.
So that leads me to another problem with the gameplay, is that you're kind of put behind blocks.
Okay.
So you get to a new zone, and then you have some obstacles, you do it, yada yada, and then it says the only way you can get any further in this section is if you get the threat level to 3.
Okay.
And you have to get 1,000 scraps, which is the currency.
Okay.
So it's like,
Nothing like scraps.
now I gotta go around and collect all the stupid things and kill these stupid guys. And not that I will say that the side content, while there isn't really any story behind it, is pretty fun.
Okay.
For people that like to collect everything, it actually gives you a percentage every time you go into a new area, and you can say like how much of it you've actually completed. So you can go into a new little fort, and then play it for a little bit and be like, all right, I'm 60% done with this fort. Like I've collected
King the castle.
yada yada. King of the castle. Yeah. So that's pretty cool for people that like to complete everything. I really like that feature. But for me, it got kind of annoying when it required me to do a certain amount of things, because it's not really story relevant. It's just the fact that they
Filler.
wanted to make the game longer.
Yeah.
How many hours did you end up putting into it?
It's somewhere between 18 and 20. A set of 3 nights where I just played and ignored my other responsibilities and girlfriend and all that kind of stuff.
You're like, child? What child? Fucking-
Yeah.
You didn't even play League, did you?
No, I played a couple games of League.
Just to revitalize himself.
I haven't played Final Fantasy.
That's good.
We'll get to it.
So-
Shut up. That's good.
So there's that game in a
Wean you
nutshell. The graphics they're okay. There's some cool scenic pictures in it. There's like when you're driving
Yeah.
around, the desert actually looks really beautiful in certain times.
Mhm.
It also looks really muddy at certain times.
Really?
Here's my
It doesn't rain, does it?
Here's my internet game reviewer quote of the day. The environment can be muddy, but the graphics don't have to be.
I would say drop your mic, but it's already
Yeah, I can't drop it.
Just
It's hooked up to this
pull it
thingy.
down, the whole thing.
So the graphics can be a little bit muddy. Kind of reminds me of PS3
Really?
at times. Yeah,
That
it's
sucks.
it's a little bit
It's not that
it's
high.
a little bit
def.
overly gritty. It's like this is too gritty.
Well, I
what I
mean,
was
Mad
thinking.
Max is
I
supposed
don't like
to be,
no
but
grits.
I think if you take the subject matter, you should you should match it. Don't
Yeah.
try and exceed it.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor, for instance, makes sense. But
Runs at 30 FPS. Second half of the game you play, it doesn't need to run any faster than that, so I don't really care.
yeah,
Second half of the game, it breaks down.
dying.
This game shot me down to like 5 frames per second. And sometimes it was in the middle of the desert. Like there was nothing to render. I was like,
What's happening? Oh, it's a random event. Don't worry about it. Just keep driving. It's
so
coming
that
up.
was kind of fucked up.
There's a convoy. Yeah.
Like, why are you taking so long, Mad Max?
I'm in the menus.
And it turned a lot of the fights into basically quick time events.
Yeah.
Basically into a choose your own adventure. When I'm fighting like 20 people, it's like, and then a triangle pops up like you better hit triangle. And I was like, all right.
That's what it says. You better hit triangle.
Pretty much. I didn't turn off the prompts because I'm a pussy. But so yeah, it destroyed its own frame rate. It's
Yeah.
unplayable.
Uh-huh.
It's at certain parts of the game. It is bewildering. I'm assuming they're gonna fix that in a patch.
They still haven't fixed Arkham Knight.
Yeah. Once they fix Arkham Knight, they'll get to Mad Max.
Right. Shit.
Somehow I don't think Mad Max is at the top of their agenda.
Oh, man.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Who
It's weird.
knows? They got a sweet deal.
Yeah. But the frame rate is awful. So the sound is okay. Some of the voice acting is generic.
Max sounds okay, right? I heard.
Nah, he sounds kind of goofy.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got the
Yeah.
Zoinks! I mean, wait.
Yeah, Zoinks.
I was thinking of this one.
I'm a lone man in the desert.
Time to get hunting.
Your partner guy is Scud Bucket or something like that. I can't remember. I always wanted to call him something that is not appropriate,
Okay, don't.
but it rhymes with scum.
Oh.
Scum Bucket.
Cum
Hey,
bucket.
Shut up.
Eric.
What?
What's up, Firemax? So that
We're just talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So he sounds kind of interesting. There's a character at the end of the game who's he needs lights all the time.
Okay.
He is really, I enjoyed him a lot. I wish he was in it more. He was really funny. And he had this guy that followed him, and he kept like passively just moving him out of the way. It was really, really funny. I like him.
Yeah,
But
they're all crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone's crazy. Some are just good, some are bad.
yeah. As far as the actual story goes, it doesn't go really beyond you have a car and you want to make it cool. It kind of touches on that you have
You
a
family,
life
yeah.
and you have people that you care about. But
Wait, what?
yeah.
He actually cares about people.
Yeah, there's certain people he cares about. I know, and that's where it kind of gets weird because Mad Max is more like about a lone guy in
Yeah.
the desert kind of doing his
That's
thing.
the thing. You're supposed to be alone.
But he did care about some certain people, and I actually like how they integrated it where it's not like the main drive of it.
Okay.
Because a lot of games, they'll shoehorn that kind of romantic thing into it.
Is there a romantic subplot?
Not really.
With one of the
There's romantic
freaks?
things that happen,
Like, some
but
of the
it's
girls
not
are
like
"You're so
it's not like the driving force of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a pun, driving force,
My
because
God.
of the cars.
So would you recommend it?
$30. Wait till this game is $30, especially if they don't fix that frame rate thing. If they don't fix the frame rate, I would probably say 20, because you should not play a game that's broken.
Or wait for a friend to buy it?
Yeah.
Just borrow it off of him.
Yeah, just borrow it from your friends. But it is a complete clone of Batman.
Yeah.
Complete clone of all those games. I think WB is just releasing the same game and hoping nobody notices.
Yeah, a little bit
I don't
of
know
a
how many games are going to try to
Palette
do
swap.
this.
Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, if you're a fan of Batman, or maybe you didn't get your fix with, like, Arkham Knight, or, Shadow of Mordor, whatever the case is, then
Yeah,
go for it.
absolutely.
Give it a shot.
The pros would be just the graphics can be nice. The gameplay is somewhat addictive.
Yeah.
It's super easy to learn. It's fun to get around doing this stuff. The
Nice.
advancement system is kind of cool, but it's kind
With
of
your vehicle, or you?
you and the vehicle.
Okay,
It's
cool.
kind of small and limited though. You're kind of forced to upgrade everything with the person and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The cons would be just the frame rate is a huge one. The kind of advancement of the plot is staggered in a
Oh,
way
I can
that's just
imagine.
kind of annoying. And it goes on a little bit too long too.
Oh, so.
Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a like and comment below. We do videos including quizzes every Tuesday and a podcast every Friday. Check us out on twitch.tv/thisistheitch and theitchnetwork.com, where you can check out links to our podcast and our friends at Does This Game Suck? If you have any questions or topics for us, email us at theshow@theitchnetwork.com. And don't forget, we do new videos every week.